listening. 844-747-8868 is our telephone number. So last week, we brought you a story. There's a lot of controversy in a town called Clarksville, Tennessee, and the Clarksville-Montgomery County School Board. And we've got the story up at toddstarnes.com. I want to go to the Patriot Mobile Newsmaker line because we're honored to have a member of the school board, one of the conservatives on the school board, Aron Maberry, joins us. Aron, hope you're doing well today, and thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks, Todd. I'm doing great. Appreciate it to be here.
So there was some concern from an organization headed up by Karen England, who was a guest on the program last week, and I wanted to follow up with where we are in that.
Yeah, we had two kind of renegade counselors come to our Engage conference this last summer. There ended up being about 100 sessions in that conference where teachers could opt into training. And they had their curriculum, their presentation approved, but they left out all the controversial parts of it. And so it seems as if they had an agenda that they were going in with. They did this presentation. If any of the people that opted into this presentation, the 35 who attended, would actually go and then implement in their classrooms, we'd be breaking state law, and that's very unfortunate.
So I'm just curious, was the board aware of any of this? Did you guys sign off on any of this?
No, the board, we do not, at this particular conference, the board does not have hands-on engagement on this. We're a very large district. We have, I believe, close to 40,000 students. So we're not in the day-to-day details of what's going on. We're more big picture. And the director of schools, she has a team, and it was actually a lower director that had signed off on this particular presentation, but even she was not informed of what was being taught. So our community at large, we're a conservative community. I have received more feedback, more calls from constituents, from teachers themselves, from elected officials like myself that were just appalled of what was put out there. And, I've been pushing against it on my own social media. I made a statement saying that I was appalled. The privileged statuses in this presentation were labeled, some labeled as white, cisgendered, heterosexual, Christian, and they were oppressing other categories. And it's unequivocally wrong to lower or oppress one race of people to uplift another.
Yeah, this is pretty insane, this list, and they had a chart, and of course, I kind of figured the straight white guys who are Christians, the straight white Christian guys were on their own privileged chart. Then you've got the pagans. I guess they were very concerned about making sure we did not offend the pagans. I know I've been through Clarksville a time or two. I'm not sure that's a bastion of paganism the last time I checked.
No, so I'm actually a pastor in our community as well. So I am labeled in the white Christian, I guess, category here. And I don't know a lot of pagans. I don't know if I'm oppressing them. This is the whole thing was unfortunate. I've had a teacher reach out to me who bluntly told me, he said, Aron, as a white Christian, I now feel like that I'll be called into question if I had to discipline someone in these labeled oppression categories. And it's totally unfortunate that this happened. Our director has told us that she is now putting implementations that this kind of thing will not happen again. There's going to be a higher level of scrutiny, but the two counselors in question here are under review now to see what's going to happen. Last night at our school board meeting, I spoke out about this. I was the only board member who did so, and I let the room at large know that the people in our community, from my vantage point, from the over 100 people I've spoken to, either by the phone or in person, they very much express that they feel like something should happen to these two individuals, and I expressed that as well. But it's very unfortunate, and I told our director last night I look forward to receiving updates on this matter.
Well, so that's good news then. I mean, at least, the board is aware, they're hearing the concerns, they're taking action, and I understand personnel, so you may not be able to answer this question, but have the counselors explained why they recommended this material?
So right now an HR matter. I'm not in the loop of those exact conversations. The board, we are actually, if someone in the district is let go, we would be the appeal people that they would go to if they want to appeal. I'm staying away from that. I've not made any call directly for anything to happen, but I'm expressing my constituents and how they feel, and I agree that this shouldn't happen, and it puts a lot of people in an unfortunate position.
Well, it certainly did, but I guess Congressman Mark Green got involved and fired off a letter to the
Yes.
district, and I think the congressman is right here, is that, we send our kids to school to learn how to read and write, do long-form division, and we don't want them to come home not knowing what their pronouns are and feeling oppressed.
Yeah, and as a parent of 3 kids in our district, I'm actually currently the only parent on the board. As a conservative Republican, I ran to stand, for conservative values, to stand there on the school board. Currently, I'm in the minority of that on the board, so we'll see what the future holds for us. But yes, we have great congressmen like Mark Green who stood up and spoke out, and I'm complete support of that, and I appreciate his stance.
All right. Well, Pastor, we appreciate you. And, of course, you're also on the school board, so wearing a dual hat there. And you're one of the good guys, and we do appreciate you coming on the program today. Please keep us updated here. I mean, if it can happen in a place like Clarksville, it can happen just about anywhere.
Most definitely. I appreciate that. And anybody wants to follow me, they can go to votemaberry.com and follow my journey.
I love it. All right. Thank you very much. Again, this is Pastor and School Board member Aron Maberry, Maberry, and he was standing up and fighting and defending moms and dads there in the Clarksville, Montgomery County, Tennessee area. All right. Well, there you go. Thank you again, Aron Maberry.